Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to the third episode of Log Horizon Season 2. This one's titled The Abyssal Shaft. Okay, so we are, again, doing the double today, since that's what we do here on the channel. We get double episodes of Log Horizon just so we can actually get through it. And last time out, we went back up to Susukino, where we rescued Yanta and Sarara from Demicas and his brigade. And the place is definitely drastically different after 6 months away. William, Massachusetts of Silver Sword, the one guild that did not want to be involved in the Round Table, now has control over that and has some order to it. And as a result, Demicas doesn't really have that much control anymore, which means it's returned to a bit of normality, which is nice. And I think Shiroi definitely took advantage of that in teasing Demicas or Mr. Democracy, or take a pick of what other nicknames they've thrown at him at this time. We got Demi from Tetra, who's a new addition to the cast. I assume is going to be a bit more of a more permanent member, potentially. I guess we'll see. A cleric idol, essentially, and has a bit of an attachment to Natsugu already, which I can already see the Natsugu, Tetra, and Marielle triangle already kicking off, just like we have Akatsuki, Shiroi, and oh, I'm blanking on their names. Minori, there we go. I completely blanked on Minori and Toya's names for a second there. So I can imagine something similar to that kicking off as time goes on. But yeah, we employ William to help us with this raid. They're not aware of our objective to go get the infinite money source, obviously. They just see it as a raid that we're getting them in for. So we can get 20 from them, because a lot of people do not want to really take part in high-scale raids anymore, citing that maybe repeated deaths and such are having an impact on people, of which Shiroi obviously has not died up until this point, so he wouldn't really necessarily understand that, I suppose. But with him, Tetra, Natsugu, and Demicas joining, we now have a full team of 24 for the raid, and we have made our way there and are now going to go, I assume, scope it out for our first couple of runs. Like, I don't think we're going to go in with the intention of winning on the first run, because we have no idea what the boss is like, we have no idea what their attacks are like. We kind of need to have more information about it before we really do anything with that. So first couple of runs will probably be like information gathering, and then we can start thinking, okay, how do we seriously go about winning this raid? Meanwhile, as they're going off to do that, Akatsuki's mission is actually to guard Linesia, the princess, although she thinks that there's probably more to it than just that early on, because it seems like something that's... Does Akatsuki necessarily need to do that? Couldn't someone else have done something similar? We did have a weird encounter with someone, some strange figure, as she was entering a blacksmithing shop to try and find some, or look at the new equipment, because she's never actually participated in a raid, and therefore she doesn't really have any raid gear, so it's only purchasable gear that she can actually afford to use, which kind of puts her at a little bit of a equipment disadvantage as time goes on. But she's been managing to compensate for that so far. But yeah, also a bit of a discussion between Linesia and her about like different customs and different like tastes and preferences, and she's struggling to fit into that extent. But I think she'll figure out that you don't have to fit in with everything. You don't just have to conform to everything that other people like. You can be yourself and be a bit weird and like the things you like. It's not a problem. So I'm sure we'll focus on that at some point as well. I'm expecting, though, with the Abyssal Shaft, we're actually going to be doing some of the raid this time out, and we haven't actually done a raid in all of Season 1 of Log Horizon, which sounds crazy, but we did have large-scale world events to deal with, so kind of makes sense that now that we've solved that one, for now at least, we move on to an actual raid, and the raid dynamics of the show, which is going to be interesting to see with the new studio as well. So, anyway, as per usual, these are time-based format reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture in pitch, go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all Patreon reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as Local Horizon here that we do every week. We also have movie reactions available on the channel with Kiki's Livery Service being voted on for the movie of the month. So that will be going up on a Monday or a Saturday some point in the coming week or two. Just trying to think when. Yeah, next week potentially, if not the week after. That's more likely when it's going to come out. Well, it has to come out at least the week after because I'm running out of time to get it out otherwise. But here on YouTube we do time-based, so bottom left of the screen you'll see a time of the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. And on play you say episode, I say episode, and we should be in sync. Watch this one on Crunchyroll as per usual since they're the ones who licensed it. There is a Funimation option, but I will always side with the Crunchyroll player over the Funimation player, if I have that option. No logos or anything to start with, we're just going to fade into the episode, and you can use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning as well. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. It's Silver Sword's banner. The Abyssal Shaft. A brand new raid. Sure. OP time? OP time. Still love this OP. I understand why people think it might get repetitive after 50 episodes total with it. But still, I still love it. Still love the OP so much. Trying to... Maybe that was him there, in that one shot? The figure that we met? Potentially, anyway. Alright. Okay. The Abyssal Shaft. Mm-hmm. 4 pies of 6, like we described last time. Okay, pie 1 tanks. Mm-hmm. Seek and destroy, okay. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. Yeah, lacking defense. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, you will when it... Does your damage increase? Crafting items, yeah. I mean, yeah. Raid bosses, yeah. Nine great prisons of Helios. Mm-hmm. So this is not a completely new boss, so we know what we're doing here. Mm-hmm. Aggro control is very important. Oh, shit. Interesting. Wow. Mm-hmm. Ah, you're gonna get yourself killed. Hmm. Mm-hmm. So it is a new boss. Well, new mechanics, at least. Yep. No more tanks. No more healers. This is a wipe. Yeah, this is a wipe. Mm-hmm. The question is, are each of these revivals having the same effect as what we hypothesized from the first season, but it was straight cathedral revivals? Because in theory they would, right? The revival point is different, but... Okay. Someone's got to count. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Phantasm level item. Great Boss 2. 5th present, okay. Only took a dozen. Okay, that's good. Mm-hmm. Yep. Getting that full array experience. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm so in. 3 weeks. Ooh. It's a lot of time. Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh, mm-hmm. 2 bosses down, but now we're stuck. Okay. Supply problems, okay. Mm-hmm. And this well we have to do it all properly. Hmm. Is that the same VA as Nyanta? It sounds very similar. Hmm. 20 days, okay. Obviously. Mm-hmm. 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 And then we guess he's gonna be a real problem eventually. Uh, mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, this guy. uh, he's got that going for him. Uh, mm-hmm. Mm. No. Oh. Jesus Christ. This damn cuts. I love it. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hmm. What's Renee's doing like a nurse outfit? Suspicious. Don't know about that actually. It's going to be very close. I mean, we've already spent 3 weeks there, right? And there was 26 days left, so. Oh boy. Uh. Uh. Right. The teachings? Kasky must hear. Fucking Ruhi. Uh. What are the teachings? Oh, interesting. Basically, that hidden secrets. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So hidden is from raid stuff. Right, yeah. Special quest, huh? Hmm. So secret is the raid exclusive one. Teachings are above even that, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, that adds a lot of credibility to it then. Hmm. Karski definitely does want one. 6 days till Christmas. Oh boy. Is this that same person? What? Was that the what was the name of them? The guard. That like auto deploy if you fight in the city. It looked like he had like that sort of armor on, so is that actual people inside them? Interesting. I'm actually kind of glad if they are going to start exploring those guards a bit more. That'd be interesting. Because we did touch on them last season, didn't we? Or was it the beginning of this season we touched on them? Might be in the beginning of this season, actually. I can't remember now. Seasons are starting to blend together already. I still prefer season 1 ZD, but it's still cute as well. Alright. So, boy. Next episode title. I'm just going to look at it. Shattered Wings. Okay, interesting. So yeah, skipping the previews as per usual, since they are too spoilerish even in season 2, I find. Good episode, very good episode. I'm glad we saw a bit more of raiding. It's kind of interesting to see. I'm not really a big MMORPG style player. It's not really been my genre of game, and I missed out on a lot of the big ones. So like your WoWs and your like Eves, Even Lines and stuff like that. Like there wasn't really an MMO that I really got. I guess the only one I really started to get into and was like doing okay at was, I guess, RuneScape. Like back in the day, RuneScape. That's probably the furthest I ever really went with it. Like I was actually getting close to 99 in some skills, but then I dropped off, and I don't even know why I dropped off. I don't remember my time with RuneScape at all, really. And I feel like the main thing that's kind of stopping me from even getting into a new MMO, firstly, time. I don't really have necessarily the time for it. People, I'm not really the most social person out there. Like, I know I do this, and I talk with you guys and stuff, but it's like, there is an anonymity through text and stuff, but I'm not really one who wants to talk to people too often. Like, it's just not my thing. Like, there's very few people I will willingly talk to, like, go out of my way to talk to. And I feel like that kind of ruins some of, like, the MMO style aspects of it. Actually, I'll add to the list of MMOs I got into. I guess Destiny counts, right? I started to get into Destiny, and I was doing okay at that, but then, yeah, I dropped off. Again, didn't really have an established social group that played Destiny, so it's not really something I played extensively. All my games that, like, had multiplayer capabilities, essentially, are based on, did I have a friend group at the time that I could play with? Yes, then I actually went heavy into the multiplayer. No, I didn't. So something like Genshin, I wouldn't count Genshin as an MMORPG, realistically. Like, it's not an MMO, my definition of it. Like, yes, there's co-op for certain events, and yes, you can explore around together, but there's no real reason to. There's no reason to do co-op in Genshin at all. Certain events are a little easier if you have multiple people, but otherwise it's not really any use to it, really. There's no point to do co-op. Like, again, domains, I guess, are the one thing that you would maybe do co-op with, just to make them a bit easier, perhaps. Even then, once you get to a high enough level, though, even then, you can do all the domains yourself solo quite easily anyway. Like, I'm at the point where it's like, there is nothing left in the game for me personally that I feel like I need to level up. Like, I have two very solid main DPSs right now in Kaching and Hu Tao, that I'm fine with them. I don't really need to level them up anymore. Like, I can obviously grind their mats to start getting their talents up, because that's the only thing left. I've already got them with level 90 weapons, I've already got them with max level artifacts. Yes, I can start microing the substats a little more, but most of them have enough crit rate and crit damage and attack that it works out anyway. If I'm really being nitpicky, I would like more crit rate on both of them. Maybe not Kaching. I think Kaching's crit rate is good now, especially since you get like 10% or 15% from her elemental burst. So I'm not too concerned about that. I've got good support in the form of who's my Hydro guy? What's the name of him? I didn't have a Hydro character for the longest goddamn time, and it was really annoying. Yeah, there's Xingqiu? Xingqi? I don't actually know how to say their name. But yeah, the one with the elemental swords and stuff, and then their elemental burst is to have hydro damage come consistently. Very good when paired with Hu Tao, I find, to get that vaporize. And then yeah, I've also got I've got Chi Chi for healing, and then I also have, well, I have options. I have where is she? So Xinyan for the shield. I have what else do I have realistically? I've got Mona if I wanted to start leveling her up as well. Like I said, Kaching. I've got Official as well for DPS, like for a physical DPS. I've got Bennett if I want to get some like burst damage. I've got a Diluc that I don't even use at this point anymore, which I could honestly start using. I do have Albedo if I need to use him. I've got a lot of good characters that I can use if I need to. I've got Sucrose if I need it. The only characters I'm missing that I really wish I had are someone like Venti. I think that's the only character I'm really missing. I would also like Ganyu, to be honest, because Ganyu's bow attacks are pretty nice. And I'd like a cryo DPS in that regard. So I don't think Chi-Chi would necessarily work in that. So yeah. Anyway, I went off on a Genshin rant, but I missed a lot of MMOs. I really did. At the time when MMOs were like big and I could have been getting into them, I think I was busy playing FIFA. Honestly. Well, no, MMOs were already massive by the time I was playing FIFA. Like I was into FIFA. Like FIFA 12 was my game. Me, Ryan, Brad, eventually Jacob, like my social group, we were heavy into FIFA, and me and Ryan were particularly heavy into FIFA on Xbox, to the point where we did 2v2s. Some of you may remember like doing 2v2s. He was all, I was goalkeeper, because back then goalkeepers were overpowered as shit. Like if you had a human goalkeeper and a decent player, you would never lose a match, really. Like, it was always a case of, do they have a human goalkeeper? Crap, this is going to be an annoying one. We have to just do, like, sweaty goals and stuff like that, where you just pass it across goal, and that was the only way you could realistically score against them. But even then, there was ways you could stop even that. Like, it was pretty disgusting how powerful they were. And we never lost a match. Like, in all of our 2v2s for that entire game, for like a year of playing that game, we never lost a single match. I wish I could see my stats on that to see how well we actually did, but we never lost a single one, and I'm very proud of that. But again, that's what I was doing instead of playing MMOs. MMOs never really caught me. I never really had the money to afford subscription stuff, so maybe that's why I fell off of RuneScape, because I couldn't afford a RuneScape subscription anymore. Like nowadays, I could absolutely afford any subscription I wanted, but it's different when you're a kid, and not a particularly rich kid either, and on the poorer end growing up, but you know. So it was nice to see like this raids environment. Those of you who actually have participated in like raids and stuff with MMOs, please let me know if like some of the stuff here is actually accurate, if they're overstating things, understating things. Like I'd love to know a bit more about the raid atmosphere, as it were, because I felt it was built up quite well, but maybe there was some glaringly obvious errors. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to subscribe as well to see next week's double episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2020 line you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.